Hi everybody, welcome to Ask Mark, our scuba diving Q&A, where I, Mark, a former scuba diving instructor, do my very best to answer your scuba diving questions. If you do have any scuba diving questions, pop them down in the comments section underneath this video, or any of our videos for that matter. And if you use the Ask Mark hashtag, it gets yourself and your comments questioned. Your question featured in an up and coming video, but I do like type out an answer, as do some of the other viewers, which is quite nice, to get your answer as soon as possible, and you don't have to wait for the video to come out. Today I'm answering a question from souswes about disconnecting your dry suit hose underwater. souswes says, very glad you brought up dry suits and reconnecting the low pressure hose. I was doing tank removal and replacement drills in side mount setup and probably disconnected the inflator 10 times. At the end of the dive, my chest to my belly button was very wet. Upon asking more experienced divers, I was told that less than 1 mil of water can get in between those one-way valves. I leak tested like crazy, focusing on the inflator mechanism and the zip, and couldn't find the culprit. Is it possible that running those drills caused that amount of water to enter my suit? Yes, 100%. It was those disconnect drills. Whenever you disconnect that inflator hose, the Schrader valve inside of the hose itself closes, so the air doesn't vent out of your hose, and your chest valve, it is sealed until you press that button. But the small channel inside of the nipple of the inflator and before the valve seal will fill up with water. You then reconnect your low pressure inflator hose that traps the water in place, and then one push of that button just flushes all of that water inside of your dry suit. So yeah, it was that. And water, as soon as it like gets into your suit and then into the fabric, it's gonna spread and seep. So yeah, and that's a very telltale sign of a leak. You don't want to look for like the center of a leak. You almost want to look at the top of a leak. Leaks are really hard to determine exactly where they're coming from if you weren't like doing shutdown drills and not shutdown drills, like disconnect drills and stuff. Because so many divers they'll bring their dry suit into the dive center and they'll say, oh, it's leaking, my entire leg was leaking or something, and you're like, yeah, great, that doesn't mean a whole lot, because a leak can enter the suit at the top of a seam and then travel through the seam until it reaches another failure point on the inside of the suit, and then it leaks there. So it's not always exactly where that leak is located, is where it is on the outside of the suit. But yeah, disconnecting and reconnecting, yeah, is going to shoot some water into your suit, and that's why you try not to do it. If you're like using it to inflate a DSMB, don't use a dry suit. Use your BCD. Doesn't matter if a small amount of water goes into your BCD, you're going to wash it out anyway. But if you've got just more deco time, then yeah, you're just shooting a load of cold water straight at your chest. A lot of inflators inside of dry suits, they'll have like a section of neoprene on the inside between your undersuit and your dry suit. It's mainly there so that you don't have this hard inner section of plastic like pushing against your chest, but also if you're if you do sort of press that button, it just helps to like contain the water best it can. It normally like shoots it out sideways, because that's how I don't think, oh, I do have one. Inflator valves, they if I show you the inside part, they deflect the gas like out to the sides. This one does also put it inwards, but yeah, you also have this section of neoprene that just goes over the top of it that helps to like prevent water from just going everywhere, and also that hard piece of plastic straight against your chest. But yeah, that would have been it, because some water can get on the inside of there, especially when you're fully submerged, and then all of that until you actually reach the seal inside of this mechanism, all of that's going to fill up with water. Granted, yeah, it's not a huge amount of water, it's not going to flood your dry suit, but it's enough to get you wet. So yeah, it would have been that, unfortunately. But good on you for leak testing your dry suit. If you don't know how, just plug up the seals with, I tend to use like drinks bottles because they're decent size, and then like an old bin or something, a plastic, what do you call it in America, waste paper basket or something, and yeah, sort of plug up that neck seal, not so much so that it's gonna like stretch it, but just so that it's airtight, and seal your dump valve, and then just inflate the suit enough. It doesn't have to go crazy because you will shoot out the plugs that you put in the suit, but just have it inflated, get some like soapy water solution in a spray bottle, and then just go nuts everywhere. And then if you see little bubbles forming, especially along the seams, then yeah, you've got yourself a leak. Typically in the crotch area is really tough for leaks, because you've got two legs that are constantly like twisting and turning next to one another, so the material's always rubbing against itself. But yeah, that's the best way to leak test and try and find where it's coming from. And then you can do the opposite on the inside. Otherwise, if you think you've got a pinhole leak, like mid-material, it's not actually in the seam, you can use a torch sometimes. If you turn all the lights out and then shine a torch on the inside of the suit, sometimes you can see it just glowing through the through a pinhole, and then you can patch it. But yeah, as I said earlier, if you are using a dry suit, try not to disconnect that hose and then reconnect it underwater if it can be avoided. Yeah, good question, and one of those like dry suit ownership things that they don't always tell you about when you're starting to get into dry suits. That yeah, you do need to leak test them, not often, but occasionally, and yeah, disconnecting that hose, it is an important skill to learn, just in case that inflator for whatever reason malfunctions and you just have this continuous flow. You need to be able to disconnect it, but reconnecting it underwater, yeah, you're going to get a shot of cold water depending on how thick your dry suit undersuit is. If you've got any questions, pop them down in the comment section underneath this video, and yeah, if you use that AskMark hashtag, it gets yourself and your question featured, but I do still type out an answer if I can. Otherwise, head over to our website, scubadivingmag.com. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.